Hello, and welcome to Silicon Valley Girls Chat Over Tea. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Rosetta. Hi, everyone.
Hi. We are so excited to have you join us today, whether it's the first time or you checked us out and you love us and you came back for more. Welcome. We're grateful for your participation, and all we ask is that you listen to the information we share with love and kindness because that's our driving factor. So,
Yeah,
welcome.
yes. And we love chit-chatting about everything we love, our life and social and what's happening. And hopefully you will interact with us by if you see anything or you hear anything or you just want to talk about something, put it in the description below. We'd like to hear. All right, we're going to get going real quick with the teas that we're drinking today. And today I'm drinking a tea from the company called Herbal Cup, Ayurveda tea. I've had this one many times. I love it. It's anti-stress, helps reduce stress, herbal tea supplement. It's organic. And let me look at the ingredients here. Let's see. All right, here are the ingredients. It is a whole bunch of ingredients, but they're all organic and natural. So we have a blend of herbs. So it's all organic, licorice root, chamomile flower, hibiscus flower, fennel seeds, tulsi leaves, coriander seeds, ginger root, linden flowers, ashwagandha root, spearmint leaves, um, lavender flowers. What does this one say? I can't even read it. Skull cup leaves and clove buds. And this is what it looks like. Oh, sorry. I showed you the back of it. Here's the front of it by Herbal Cup. All right. What are you drinking, Gloria?
And today I am drinking a cold brew iced tea, and this is peach mango with matcha
Oh, very
here.
good. So you have it cold or you
Yes,
have it hot today?
I'm having it cold today. I decided to try something a little
Oh, great.
different.
Fantastic.
And the ingredients are organic green tea. Everything's organic, so I don't have to say that again. Matcha, peach flavor, mango flavor. That's it. Nice, good organic tea. So I got to steep it for a little bit and then chill it. And so now it's nice and cold.
All right. So
Cheers.
cheers, everyone.
Mm, great flavor. Great flavor. Mm,
Fantastic.
yes. So, as always, we start our chats out with our thoughts and prayers go out to the universe. We believe that with love, we can accomplish anything. And we want to empower you during this time with us together to just be in a space of love and kindness and to go with us on this journey. And instead of looking at anything we talk about as, I like that, I don't like that, just be open and receptive and be in the present moment and let's go for a ride together. So let's get started. As always, today is National Day. And each of us picks one theme that we like. And today I picked National Chocolate with Almonds Day, where two fantastic ingredients come together in one mind-bending deliciousness. And I actually prefer dark chocolate over almonds. It's my favorite.
Over
Doesn't
milk
mess with
chocolate.
glucose level, and it's good. You get a little crunch, you get a little chocolate. It's a win-win.
So you said you like dark chocolate over almonds. You meant to say dark chocolate over milk chocolate.
Yes, but the almonds that I buy are the dark chocolate
Yes,
almonds, not
yes,
the milk chocolate almonds.
yes,
Yes.
yes. Okay, great. I love dark chocolate myself. And as you know, I love talking about dark chocolate because it's very healthy for you. So that's a great one. All right. Not only is it Chocolate Almond Day, it is also National Raspberry Day. And raspberries are part of the berry family, and they are very, very healthy for you, along with the blueberries, blackberries, strawberries. Some of the health benefits are they full of chock a block of antioxidants. They regulate blood sugar because they don't um, make your blood sugars spike. They boost your immune system, support weight management, improve digestive health, and they are just so healthy because they taste great and you can eat them, plethora of them, but they are a bit expensive. But make sure if you buy raspberries, you're getting organic because a lot of times berries are sprayed. So you need to get organic. And did you know there are three types of raspberries? There's the red, there's the yellow and gold ones, and there's also black raspberries. So there's three different types. So those are your different kinds of raspberries and the health benefits. So go out and enjoy a nice cup of raspberries. Okay, we have a birthday today, and today's Kevin Bacon's birthday. So for those of you who don't know who he is an amazing actor, best known for his roles in such movies as Footloose, Apollo 13,
Yes.
Mystic River, Friday the 13th, just to name a few. So happy birthday, Kevin Bacon.
Yay.
All right. Well, I'm going to move on to some topic that we've been talking about a lot during our chats, many of our chats, and that is AI, artificial intelligence. Now, a few months back, if you are a regular of our chat, you will know that we talked about an AI actress that's been created by a company, and her name is Tilly Norwood. Well, there's been an update, and the company is now saying that she's going to be featured in a movie that is coming out. They're developing a feature film starring this Tilly Norwood, and it's an AI creation. It's going to be a full length AI featured film, and the title is going to be called, which is weird, Misaligned. And just a little description of what it's going to be about. It's a comedy drama telling the coming of age story infused with AI chaos. And it is filmed with a hybrid production. So it's human film and TV professionals directing, writing, and editing the project alongside AI specialists. Now, we know that this actress, Tilly Norwood, has had it's a lot of real A-lister actors and actresses like kind of upset because they're thinking, well, if they can produce this actress called Tilly Norwood, what's to say that they're not going to produce more actors and actresses? And what does that mean for our jobs as real acting professionals? So I can understand why this is concerning for a lot of actors and actresses. But in their defense, they're saying, no, this is not to replace these actors and actresses. It's just in addition to. I don't know about that. I think that's just kind of some kind of excuse they're giving. But as we all know, AI is here to stay, and there are some great things that they're doing with AI, but some not so great things. And I don't know about this actress. I mean, I also know that there have been a lot of companies that have been creating AI music, fake music, not from real singers and songwriters, which is kind of annoying to me because I can't even tell the difference. So we'll have to see how this goes and how well it's received. But to me, I don't think I'll watch this movie. But as you know, it's coming to fruition because we talked about it and now she's going to make this feature length movie. So, what do you think, Gloria?
Well, I hear what the UK company Particello is saying, that it is the first AI hybrid developer of movies and television programs. That's why I know they're lying. to say it's in addition to or whatever, because it's one thing to enter one genre, which is movies, and now you're going to enter TV too. So now it's going to start cross-pollinating. And let me tell you something, professional movie actors and actresses, whatever they want to be called today. Sometimes they say actor and it's male and female actor. They are busy trying to um, copyright and certify their names, their facial features, their bodies, everything. Because what they're going to do is they're going to say, take a bit of this person and a bit of this person and merge them. And I think it's just going to be a big mess. So, like you, I prefer to support a human that's working and taking care of his family. So I have no intention of going to see an AI created film. And I hope young people will also realize the more you support AI, the less opportunity coming out of school with all these student loans are you going to be able to get a job that will allow you to use your creativity to pay your bills. So just be careful. AI is a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying when it starts laying off, like, we hear every day, this company laid off 3,000 employees. Oh, this company, Xbox just laid off 2 or 3,000 employees because they said the sales were down. They want to be more in competition with the streaming and the downloading, not the physical devices. I don't know. I think young people are also starting to come around because you never used to see anyone buying VHS video or CDs. Now they're realizing, why do I stream it once and pay $12 when I can buy it for 20 and watch it forever? And if I get tired of it, I can sell it and buy something else. So I think the judgment on this is still out. However, I cautiously ask people to realize there's a big difference between a fake plant and a real plant. Think about that.
And have you ever thought about this? If we have all these actors and actresses that are AI, we're not going to have the Oscars anymore. What is that going to be?
No,
No more
because
Oscars?
we're not going to give you an Oscar for being a piece of software.
I know.
No more Oscars. Musicians are trying to do the same thing to protect their voice, their likeliness, all of that. And same thing, no more Grammys, no more Tonys, no more nothing. And do you honestly think that people are going to stop wanting to go to Broadway to see an AI created something on film? No, not really.
No, no.
No. So, over the weekend, the United States celebrated its 250th birthday. There were barbecues, family get together, friends. There was fireworks all over the place, fireworks locally in San Jose, not too far from where we are. The fireworks were at a park. They had drone fireworks. They had this beautiful session. The people who lived around the park shot off so many fireworks, they thought they were having an earthquake. It was just booming and booming and booming. In the town of Seaside, California, they had planted in or buried in 1976 a container, what do they call those things?
Capsule.
I can't think of it. A capsule, that'll work. And they put things, articles in it. And so they dug it up on the 4th of July. There were newspapers. They were kind of disintegrating. So you could see pieces. So you knew it was a newspaper. You knew who the newspaper was. There was a Playboy magazine. There was a beer. So they dug it up and now they're going to put current artifacts in it and rebury it. And then hopefully in another, 50 years, they'll dig it up and see what they got. So that part was really cool. The fireworks show, like in New York, they were experiencing weather conditions, so they had to move it up a little bit. It was beautiful. I mean, just beautiful. Here, we had the Golden Gate Bridge. One of our girls, Lily Shu, from one of our networking groups, was part of the team that set off the fireworks. That was amazing. Joey Chestnut, I know you recognize that name. Every year, 4th of July, he is a member of the hot dog eating contest. Well, Joey won his 18th competition by consuming 66 hot dogs in 10 minutes. And
Oh,
that's not the hot dog, that's the hot dog and the bun. I don't know how he does that, but he does. And there was a young woman, her name was Mickey Sudol. She came in and secured her 12th win by consuming 38 and 7/4 or 3/4 of a hot dog for her to win her title. I just don't know how they do that. But congratulations to you all. I hope your digestive system is going to forgive you for this one day. But it was just so much fun had by all. Personally, my husband and I hung out with family and our neighborhood, did like a little neighborhood block. We had karaoke, fireworks. It was all fun, all safe. Rosetta, what did you do?
oh, well, 4th of July was amazing, and I loved it because it was the 250th birthday of America. So we went to our local park and they had food trucks, there was a band, and it was a nice day, and we stayed for that. And in the end, they had drone show plus fireworks, which was very nice. So all in all,
Cool.
a very good time, and we made sure that after we left the park, we didn't get stuck in traffic getting out of the park because usually it takes 2 hours. So we parked right by the entrance. So, and we also left early. So what
Nice.
we did was before the drone show, we went to our car, even though it was by the entrance, we wanted to get in our car and drive even closer because it was kind of near the entrance, but not really by the entrance. So we drove to the entrance because there were a few
Right.
cars leaving, and we got out of the car, we watched the drone show, the fireworks, and then right as it ended, we rushed to our car and got out right before the chaos. But we still had to wait a bit.
Excellent.
It was all the people, all the pedestrians walking in front of our cars that held us up. But it was way
Right.
better than waiting 2 hours, which was very good. I liked that.
Yes. And
And
that's good. In San Francisco, they had the Waymos. Did you hear that the Waymo cars didn't the unmanned Waymo cars didn't
yes,
understand the fireworks, and
yes.
so they stopped. One of them drove over it, and the fireworks are going off. The vehicle kind of caught on fire. No one was hurt. It just said, Waymo, you got to go back to the drawing board because the I guess the electronics just didn't understand the fireworks.
Yeah, it was crazy. And there were videos of people doing fireworks across the nation. And I saw this one where a family was sitting outside in their front, not in the backyard, but in their front where they had a patch of grass and then there was a driveway and they were doing their own fireworks. And what happened was they set one fire off. It started bouncing everywhere, and people were in the yard, so it was bouncing into the people, the fireworks. So they got up. You saw them rushing,
Right.
grabbing their kids. All of a sudden, one of the fireworks actually exploded the whole box of fireworks. So
Oh
everyone was
no.
scattered everywhere, and they had a big old fire, and it was near their car. So that was not a good ending to the 4th of July events. So what I
No.
say is, I don't care if fireworks are legal in anyone's area. If you don't know how to do it, don't do it. It's not
Don't
safe.
do it.
People, any Joe Schmo thinks that they can set off fireworks just because it's legal. It is not a good idea. Anything can happen. I
Absolutely.
say leave it to the professionals. Leave it to
Yes.
the professionals. Crazy,
Yes.
crazy. All right. As you know, we've been talking about the World Cup FIFA. Have you all been watching it? Have you? Well, as you know, this month, the 19th, is when it ends, and it's been going very, very quickly. And we've been seeing all the different teams wanting to, support our teams. My team, England, we won
Yes.
against
Moving on.
Mexico. Surprise,
Yes.
surprise. 3-2. And Mexico was not a good sport because they were trying to say they were bad losers because they were trying to say that the referees were on England's side and they were doing all sorts of things to rig it and blah, blah, blah. But we won. Yay for England. And our next game will be on Saturday at 2 p.m. versus Norway. So I'm going to support the English. Then we have US, which was Monday against Belgium, and they did not win, sorry to say. So they're gone. The
It was
score,
really bad, 4-1,
yes,
really bad.
yes, 4-1. And then we have Argentina versus Egypt. And it was very, very tight that game, 79 minutes. Messi scored 8 goals. It was his eighth goal of the World Cup, and the score against Egypt was 3-2. So 3-2. So FIFA, we still have a lot of games going on, and there's still a ton of videos on YouTube. Google it. It's amazing of all the different foreigners that are coming to America and trying all the different places that we have. And there's this one place called Bucky's. I've never been there. It's somewhere. I don't know what state it's in. Have you heard of Bucky's, Gloria?
No,
Well,
no.
it's a massive kind of like I want to say it's like a one-stop shop kind of thing, to me, it seems like a bigger, fancier, massive version of a gas station shop. And they sell everything. You go in there,
Okay.
they sell literally everything: burritos, sandwiches, this and that, all kinds of like souvenirs and stuff. But if you haven't seen what Bucky's about, go and look it up on YouTube. Still a lot of people talking about how they love America, how big our food is, and FIFA has been doing well for the economy in United States, which is great. And now we can say that people from other countries have a newfound appreciation for America because they've seen different things happening in America, the food they love, the hospitality that we've been given. So we'll see what happens in the future. But have you been watching, Gloria?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I tell you, it has definitely brought excitement to the Bay Area where we live. And we have a place called San Pedro Square. It's downtown San Jose. And it's what it is it's just an area where there are restaurants and breweries, eateries, places where you in bars where you can hang out and have fun. Well, people have taken to that area, and I remember we got like 3,000 people there, and everyone was like, oh my God. And then it went up to 30,000 and then 40,000 for a single game. It's just amazing. They have calculated that they have seen more than 500,000 people in just that area. We have watch parties all over the place. Um, as of today, like Rosetta said, all of the hosting countries for FIFA are out. Mexico is out, Canada is out, United States is out. There, of course, the game with Egypt, there was controversy with Argentina because um, the Egypt scores, the guy takes his jersey off. He's so confident that they had won, and the refs took the point away. You know, just like the situation with the United States when the player accidentally stepped on the ankle of the other player and he got the red card. And then there was some controversy because that was reversed. And then when the United States didn't advance, they were like, haha, that's what you get for trying to cheat. Then, you know, like Rosetta was saying, they thought, well, England's cheating. It's not, there's just some bad calls, and I don't know how they're going to fix it. We got 4 years for the judging to be a little bit more astute. If you're going to take the time to go and view something and you get to see it in numerous angles, be specific about the call and say, this was not a violation because of this. If a player's head hits another player, I don't know how you call that offside, but they did, and they take away points. So I was like, I don't know if I like that part, but it's been a very, very exciting time. And going out and you'll just be walking around the streets and you hear these marvelous accents. So we hope everyone, as you go home, you will understand that Americans are very sweet, kind, loving people. What goes on in politics has nothing to do with the everyday person. We love people, we love getting to know people. Like my celebration for New Year's, excuse me, for 4th of July, we had food from all different cultures. So we got to taste different people's cooking. And that's what it's all about, socializing and being together and having a good time. So we're down to the wire, and good luck, England, you know. It would really upset things if Argentina doesn't win because everybody's got them all banked and in the box ready to take the champion trophy. And I hope it's going to be nail biting to the very end.
Oh, very good. Very good.
Yes. So I don't know if some of you've heard about this. There was a situation where a little boy was in his parents' backyard and he somehow got in the pool on February 8th. This happened in Gilbert, Arizona. The toddler is 18 months old. His name is Vincent Lorenzo Foradellino. And when they found the baby, 911, of course, was called. First responders come out. They try and revive the baby. They can't, but they're still giving the baby, first aid, CPR. They rush to the hospital. They get the baby there. This doctor, I want to make sure, and I'm sorry if I'm misspelling or mispronouncing his name, but it's Dr. Aaron Tutsi. Dr. Aaron is being told by the police officers, the Gilbert police officers, that they saw signs of life with the baby. And he basically tells them, you know, um, just stop. I went to medical school for a reason. So his word was to trump their words. So what he does is the baby got there. They got the baby. The first dispatch was around 5:30 p.m. And the whole process by 6:20 p.m., the doctor said, as of 6:20 p.m., the baby is dead, and he's like, we're going to have a moment of silence. So they take the baby and they put the baby in a cool room, which is like the morgue, and the baby isn't dead. I don't know if it's because the hospital staff member who went to perform the procedure on the baby, realized that the baby wasn't dead. So they were able to bring the baby back to the parents. And a couple of things happened that's very concerning. Number one, the fact that they said that the baby was dead. I would think that before you do something like that, there has to be no sign of life, nothing. And for the baby to lay in a room 5 to 6 hours because they thought the baby was dead. In those 5 to 6 hours, could something have been done to help the baby? Now, they did confirm that even though the baby is still alive, that there is some form of brain damage. And that could be because oxygen was not getting to the brain. Now, if the baby had been kept upstairs or put on life support or something, maybe that would have elongated the baby's life. So the baby is still alive, but we don't know in what condition. Also, the parents, when the police got to the home, they said that you could smell marijuana. So that means that the parents were probably partying a little bit. Maybe they accidentally left the door open and the baby got outside. Things like that happen. But now they're like, do we bring charges of neglect against the parents? But I would want to go back to the doctor. I mean, even if it was my fault and that's my child, I would still want that doctor be held accountable for their action. And they have those, how the police wear those cameras on their chests.
Body
So
cam.
yeah, they have body cams. So they have footage of these conversations. So it's not like, well, I think he said. So I don't know how this is going to turn out, but it just saddens me that sometimes, I always tell you, too much is given, much is expected. When you become a doctor and your job is to save and protect and to nurture and to heal. What a concept, to heal. For you to be so matter of fact about it, it's like I'm the doctor. I'm the one who makes the decision. We all can have a moment where we don't realize that there's a slight noise. You're like, oh, that's the heartbeat. So don't be so arrogant when a baby's life is at risk. So I don't know how this is going to turn out. I was just shocked. But like I said, it started on February 8th, and the latest update is what I just shared with you. And we're just going to kind of keep an eye, and hopefully we will find out exactly what happened as they go through all of the investigative reporting.
Well, I just think that the doctor's going to be held accountable, and they're probably going to open up a lawsuit against him. And we're
Yeah,
going to hear that the future of what's going to happen to this doctor, because he could be, you never know, the worst case, he could be barred from being a doctor for life.
yeah. That
Yeah. So you never know. As a doctor, you got to make sure that, I mean, I don't know how he could have made that mistake, but that's one thing that was done wrong. So, yeah, I'd like to see what happens to this case, because I've never heard of that. That's pretty crazy.
yeah. And I hope, and I hope, and I hope, and I pray to God because I've heard it from numerous locations that it's real. Because we're also starting to find situations where we think something is real and it's AI. So this would be a very, very sad and sick thing to do to put out a story like this. So we're gonna keep investigating and we'll let you know next week, whatever update there is.
You're right about that AI, because I'm always cautious. Is this AI or not AI? Never know. Never ever
Yeah,
know.
you never know.
Yeah. So this over this past 4th of July weekend, it started on Thursday. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce, they got married, and now they
Yes.
are Mr. and Mrs. Married. Congratulations. And it's
Yes.
all over the
It took
news.
you a long time to get there.
Yes, yes, yes. We loved it when they got engaged, and now we're loving it that they're married. This is her fairy tale wedding that she always wanted. And come to find out that there were more than 1,000 friends and family on the guest list. And it's crazy because it lasted Thursday. We talked about the smaller reception. Then Friday was the big one going into Saturday, which was 4th of July. And there were such guests like Adam Sandler, Selena Gomez, her best friend, Tom Hanks. I mean, over 1,000. Could you imagine the guest list? Tommy Hilfiger, Bradley
Yes.
Cooper, uh, Jennifer Lawrence, Ben Stiller, Jessica Alba, Shabuzi, Benson Boone, Erin Andrews, Bowen Yang, Fergie, Sabrina Carpenter, Tom
Yep.
Brady, Cindy Crawford, Elizabeth Banks, Paul McCartney. He sung at the
Yes. Yes. Yes.
yeah,
J Lo, Niecy Nash. I mean, it just went on and on. And
on and
initially,
on
I
and
thought,
on. And guess who wasn't there? Who I thought would be there? No Kardashians. Shocker.
no,
They go to
no,
everything. They went to Jeff Bezos's wedding. So what a shocker they weren't invited to this wedding. But it's great. The only thing I wish, and this is probably good because we don't see many pictures from the wedding because no one could actually bring their phones out. They were all told to leave it at the door. So we don't
yes.
really have any pictures, but I guess I was watching some YouTube channel and they did have a couple of pictures, and I don't know how that was snapped, but that's what it was. And hopefully, um, we're because usually what happens is when you have such high celebrities, usually they do say no phones, but sooner or later
Right.
we get to see all the pictures. So I'm hoping
Not this
sooner,
time.
not this time. I'm wanting them to bring some pictures out. I hopefully, at least we see her wedding dress. I want to see her wedding dress. That's what I want to see.
Well, I know. The designer, I can't remember the designer now, but the designer is already putting the wedding dress on the catwalk. So it's coming. But the thing for remember you and I, we kept saying Madison Square Garden, that how can that be private? They had blacked out cars. They took them inside the tent.
Yeah.
They let them out. They walked, they said, have your cell phones in your hands. They took the phones, they put them in pouches, they put them inside. And she did an amazing job because, like you said, no pictures. Now, I've heard that People magazine might be the publication that's going to get it because they will then, I mean, they will blow up because people will buy the magazines just to see the pictures. So I thought that was really, really interesting. And you notice how people are always talking, talking. No one had nothing to say. I know Adam Sandler was the officiant because they liked the movie The Wedding Singer. I know that what Kelsey's brother was his best man, and she also had a best guy. It wasn't Selena Gomez, even though that's her girl.
It was her
But
brother, I think.
yes, yes, you're right. It was like the brothers stood up for the bride and the groom. The decorations, now I did hear they had pictures of them throughout their life, young pictures when they were kids and teens and who was it? There was a lady in a limousine, and she said the vows were 20 minutes each. His vows to her, hers to him. She said that they laughed, they cried, they danced, and they partied. So I applaud you, Taylor. You did a great job because I kept thinking, girl, paparazzi is going to pay somebody. They're going to take those pictures from them, but nobody has shown any pictures. And even people who are inside, like the mom, Kelsey's mom, she was like, it was fabulous. They're saying, but they're not saying. So really good.
Fantastic. I love it. I'm
Really good.
waiting. We'll see when, but I'm not sure when it'll come out, some pictures.
Yes. So Rosetta and I are always talking about, when you go out to eat and there are parents who they normally give their kids a pad or something and set them aside. They don't engage with them, and sometimes they're running and screaming, ah, all this stuff. Well, I wonder if this is going to become the trend. There's a restaurant in San Francisco. It is Chez Ew, Xue, Ew, and they posted a notice in their restaurant that says, please control your children. This is a family friendly restaurant. However, this is not a playground. We are not babysitters. Please ensure your child remains seated at all times and respectful of fellow guests and the dining room environment, not running around shouting, making noise, with running with utensils, etc., because this will not be tolerated. Guests not respecting this policy may have to leave. Also, they said they will hold the parents responsible, financially responsible for all damages caused by their children. And they said cost as low as $5 to replace a teacup, as well as up to $200 to replace a credit card processing system. So who let their child pick up their system and fling it around and pay $200? I think that this is wonderful because when you go out to eat, I think children, I mean, we were told if you misbehave, you won't be able to go out again, if ever. So it was to our advantage to be on our best behavior. Also, we did not want to do anything to disrespect our parents and make them look like they're not good mommy and daddy because we were just having a moment. I mean, you go to restaurants now and kids start flailing and throwing their bodies around on the floor. And I'm like, get up off that floor. It's
And you hear a lot
filthy.
of kids screaming. That's the thing. They're making too much
Yes,
noise and screaming.
yes. So I think Sheu, you're setting the new tone because sometimes say it's your anniversary and you just want a wonderful romantic anniversary and you've waited 4 months to get into this place and you're so excited and someone throws a temper tantrum. You want to throw one too and say, this is not what I paid all this money for. I want fun too.
Well, there's the thing where they could say no children allowed, because I know there's one restaurant I go to in Monterey. I love it. It's called the Fisherman's Grotto, Old Fisherman's Grotto. And
Yes.
it's a restaurant where it overlooks the water, and they
Yes.
don't allow any families to come who have young kids. They don't want high chairs, no high chairs allowed.
No, none.
So and it's surprising because even though they don't want young kids, there's not even any like walking kids even there. It's mainly just
Right.
adults and couples and just grown-ups. So I love
Yes.
it. And that's the tone that they've set, which is what I think is pretty nice, because if you want to go out for a nice meal, you don't want to be interrupted, your anniversary, your birthday, romantic date night out, there then restaurants are there to provide that atmosphere for you. So I
There
like
you
that.
go.
So I hope other restaurants follow in footsteps.
I do too.
Yep, yep. Cheers to that. We love that. Yes, but sometimes you do go to places where you don't mind, but there are sometimes where
Right.
you do mind. Yeah.
Right. If I go to Dave and Buster's, I'm expecting kids to be running around and squealing and having a good time. But if I go to, like, all of a sudden, Northern California, we're getting Michelin star chefs. If I'm going to pay Michelin star chef prices, I want to enjoy every moment. So that's when leave babies at home for right now.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Well, we're going to talk about Dolly Parton. Dolly Parton
Yeah.
has been in the news lately because she has a new announcement. She is actually headed to Broadway. And when we're talking about Broadway, we're talking about the real Broadway. Okay?
Yes.
Now,
New York,
yes,
Broadway.
yes. Um, in the past, most recent past, she's had to cancel her residency in Las Vegas due to some health issues that she's had. But now she's back and she says that she wants to bring her story to Broadway. And what I really like is that it's going to include some of her favorite hits and some new songs that she's written. And the Broadway show is going to be called simply just Dolly. So I'm really excited about this, even though I probably won't be able to go and see it in Broadway. Hopefully, there will be like traveling shows like they have for many of the amazing Broadway shows, and we get to see it in the Bay Area. So that's what I'm looking
Yes.
forward to. And I'm so glad that this has been a long time coming. I'm surprised that she hasn't done this sooner, because this is like, after all her illness and her residency being canceled. I mean, this has been a long time since, we've had something that's amazing being announced. I love Dolly. She came on and she actually talked the way she talked about this is her story and everything. I just love her upbeat voice and her tone, and I just was just really
Yes.
in the moment and very excited for it. So I'm
Yes.
looking forward to it and to see if they're going to have a traveling Dolly Broadway show.
Yes. Yes. What I love is that the preview is on December 7th at the Broadway St. James Theater, and the official opening is January 19, 2027, which is really cool. And like Rosetta was saying, her upbeat positivity of it. So what she said is the show is about where I really come from, what I have lived, what I have lost, what I have loved, and how I found my way. That is so Dolly. And, of course, people wanted to know about her health. And she said that the medications and treatments, they're going well. It's just going to take some time. So she wanted to use this time to work on the full production. So she's like, while I would like to be in it, but I will be around. So, Dolly, we are so excited for you. And we know the world, this is just what everyone needs. Is like we keep saying, love and kindness and respect. So oh my God, just much success to Dolly.
Yes, and I've always wanted to go to her Dollywood. Remember, she had
Yes.
new. Well, it's not new anymore. It's been around for
Yeah,
many years, but it's a little theme park.
yeah,
And I've
yeah,
seen so many great videos of people going there and showing it off and all the eateries and amazing food it has there. I just want to go there for the food because it just looks so
yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
I love it. She goes, I just want to go eat.
Yeah, I'm not
I
much
want
of
to
a,
run
I
into
don't really
Dolly.
like doing rides that much. My enjoyment is really to go and feel the atmosphere and see people happy. Like when I go to Disneyland, I don't really mind not going on the rides. I just want to soak in the environment, the people, the
Yes,
surroundings, the parades,
yes,
the food. That's
yes.
what I'm just
The light
interested in.
shows,
Yes.
seeing the characters run around on the ground and you think, oh my goodness, there's Jesse, or, there's one of the, characters that I love. Oh my goodness,
Yes.
Cinderella. Oh, the mermaids. It's really, really, and the best part for me is watching the children when they see the characters. They're
Yes.
just like, I mean, it's like it goes from being a little doll in their bed with them, it's real. And it
Yes.
just changes the whole situation. They
And I
love it.
love seeing the kids that go to Disneyland or Disney World and they dress up when they're there. I love that.
Yes, just wonderful. See, there is love and joy in the world, and we see it all the time. We just get overwhelmed sometimes and we miss those little star sparklings, but they're here.
And it's just
Trust me,
too
we are
bad that
there.
Disneyland and Disney World cost an arm and a leg to go to nowadays.
Yes, unfortunately, that's the one bad thing. But hopefully, the powers that be will realize you have more than enough money. As long as you have money to pay your staff and to make a little money for your stockholders, it's a great day.
Yes.
So we also wanted to talk a little bit about, the weather is still very chaotic, moving from coast to coast. Where we live, we normally have the dry season, so we have wildfires. And we've had some fires, but they've been contained, so they haven't gotten as bad as they have been in previous years. Now, in Beaver County, Utah, they have a fire that's called the Cottonwood Fire. It is the biggest fire in the areas right now. It has burned, last time I checked, it was around 95,807 acres. That's a lot. And it's only about 47% contained. The problem is like what we have is you have the warm, dry, and then the wind whips it up and the cinder starts spreading and it just catches the dry festation and it's off and burning. This has also affected like Las Vegas, which is very close to us. They have had so many days of triple digit weather back to back. As of today, it's 110 degrees and it's supposed to be that way um, Thursday and Friday. And then Saturday, they're going to get a little bit of a reprisal. It's going to go to 109. But all the way through next Wednesday, it's over 100 and something degrees. So we've got the heat going on here. And then the central plains, like Missouri Valley, Upper Mississippi, near all the way to New Jersey, New York, down into Florida, they're having torrential rains. So, every chat I talk about how we need to build tunnels so that the water flows down under the cities, which will take away all of the chaos and the catastrophes of flooding water and ship that water across the country to the dry areas like where we are. Could you imagine if Utah had a tunnel full of water that they could just spray and put these fires out? It would never get to the capacities that they get because they would be able to contain them. So just hopefully some very rich person will hear me and go, that's a great idea because it will help all of us because global warming is real. And just because you hear that and you're freezing to death, it's the same concept. It's going way, way too cold or way, way too hot. And we have both extremes going on now. There's a video in New Jersey. There's a man in a grocery store. It's called BJ's. It's like our Costco. And he's standing there with the cart and the ceiling collapses and the water just starts rushing in and all the merchandise is pushed and you see that little man being pushed aside. This is no joke. The weather is just, you have to be careful. If they tell you to shelter in home, please shelter in home. If they tell you, unfortunately, you have to evacuate, then try and, I'm even looking at it myself. If I had to get a to-go bag, what would I put in it so that I can just grab it and go? And, it's our memories, it's the pictures, the things that you can't replace. So just think about that and try and get yourself a to-go box, to-go bag, and just be prepared. And make sure you have an evacuation procedure where if you do end up having to go away, you can tell your family, this is our point of reference. No matter what happens, get to this location, and I will get to that location, and we know we will be together.
Yeah, talking about all this weather, we're talking about global warming, and it's not only affecting the USA, because in Southern Europe, there's been raging wildfires all over, and more than 10,000 people have been forced to evacuate in France.
Mhm.
Also, there's been wildfires in Spain and Portugal also. And in Greece, can you believe this?
Yes.
96 wildfires breaking out over the last 72 hours, issuing
Yes.
toxic, what is it? Well, I remember in the Bay Area, we had it like during COVID where there was so many fires that we had to look at the warning signs. It was like, was it like green, red, orange? Was it the smoke
Yes.
warning to see how bad it was, see if we could even go
Yeah,
outside?
the toxicity levels. We needed to
Yes.
know the toxicity levels.
Yeah. So global warming is not just you, even though we do talk about USA a lot, it's now all over. It's not just USA. So Europe has had it, going on for a while now. Greece has had a lot of things happening to them in the past several years, like many
Mm.
um, earthquakes happening as well.
Yeah.
So hopefully this gets in control, but it's just raging out of control. And yeah, I'm praying
And
that
the
they,
heat,
yes.
the heat, like I have a friend in Italy and it's just unbearable because they have stone construction, no air conditioning, so that stone is hot. It never cools down.
Exactly, exactly. It's crazy. So let's see if we can start, if we haven't already, or continue to be a bit more mindful of our planet and how we can help improve it. There's so many things you can do. Just Google it, look it up, go to YouTube, go on, AI and find out how you can help improve this environment or make it so it's not worse than it is. Because they do say that by 2050, there's going to be big cities that won't even be on the maps anymore. They'll be underwater.
Yes.
So we're hoping that's not going to happen. So,
Yes, we
yeah.
have to turn it around.
Exactly, exactly. So over the weekend, there was a story that broke out, and it is in Mississippi. There was a teenager, high school teenager called Nolan Wells, and he vanished on the 4th of July. This was on July the 4th. What happened was Nolan left with some friends on 4th of July from a private dock area in the Ocean Springs area, and they were destined for Horn Island. And he was last seen at 3 p.m. on 4th of July. What happened was his friends left Nolan on this Horn Island because he wanted to stay there. And he said that he'll come back by himself. So the friends went to this island. He decided to stay. That was the last time the friends saw him. They went back to Ocean Springs. And it wasn't until his mom realized that he hadn't come back that evening that she reported him missing. And she put this out on social media. And what happened was on Monday morning at 8:45 a.m., there was a discovery that his body was found in the water. Now, this is a real mystery because it's kind of sad because he was by himself and we don't know the events leading up to Monday where his body was found at 8:45 a.m. So um, they're thinking he may have drowned, but they're not really
Mm.
sure, and investigations are still going on. The family members are trying to do their own investigation, and the one thing, the crucial thing, is they're going to wait for the autopsy because the autopsy is the one thing that will give them some kind of clue as to what happened. Now, maybe there were other people on this Horn Island that saw this young man, Nolan Wells, and maybe they can come forward and say something, but it's going to be very hard if he's by himself. And I always say, if you're going out in a group with friends, don't leave friends by themselves. Friends do not leave friends by themselves. We always make sure that they get back safely. And even though the person may say, I'm 100% sure that I'm going to be okay, I'm going to go back by myself. Look, there's transportation coming, or there's another, boat coming to at this time to get me back to wherever originated from. You just don't
Right.
do that. If you're a friend, I would say, let me stay with you. I'll stay with you just to make sure. But this is, I'm just hoping that they figure out what happened before they found that his body was in the water. So we'll keep an eye on this, and I'll keep you updated as to actually what happened. But this was Nolan Wells, and he's from Mississippi. Very, very sad because he was very young in high school.
Yeah. And like Rosetta said, when you make an appointment or you have an agreement that we're going to go out and we're going to have fun together, stay together no matter what. If you decide that I'm having a great time and I don't want to go, then you just tell the person, I don't care. We came together, we're going to leave together. Because when you are a group, your experience is completely different than when you're isolated. He could have accidentally fell and drowned. There could have been something that happened to him. We won't know unless someone happens to have film footage of the activities. So please, especially when you ask your parents' permission, can I go out with my friends? When you break away, you're breaking that request in my eyes as a parent. That means that no, that you come home. You either stay with your friends or you come home. There's no, well, I'm just not feeling it. So our thoughts and prayers go out to the families because we know his parents are devastated. And we hope that something's going to happen to give them some information because right now, the unknown, it just messes with your mind. It really does.
Yes, it does.
Yes. So I know you can't believe it. We've just been hanging out and having a little fun. It's that magic moment where we get to say to you, thank you, thank you, thank you for hanging out with us. We appreciate your participation with us. We love the time we get to spend with you. We feel the love in the room. We send it back to you all, bubbling over.
Bubbling over. Yes, we do.
Yes. So go out and share that feeling of love and joy and respect with the world.
Yes. And if you've enjoyed our chat, we would love it if you could hit that thumb icon. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell notification so you're the first to be notified when our chats could be seen. And we would like, why I say is subscribe, 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 because that helps our algorithm so we can make more of these chats. Yes, we can.
Yes.
So we love you. We are Silicon Valley Girls. Chat over tea. Yummy, yummy tea.
Yummy, yummy.
And
And
remember
remember
to
to
always
always
keep smiling.
keep smiling.
All right. Take
Bye.
care, everyone. Bye bye.